Well, welcome back to another episode of the Cruise Conversations podcast. I'm Michael.
And I'm Frank.
And today's episode is episode number 62, and we're sitting down to talk about Frank's upcoming Icon of the Seas sailing. Let's jump into it.
So before we talk about Icon of the Seas, let's get into some cruise news. So we do have one item of cruise news. Norwegian actually just announced a new class of ships. I think it's called Prima Plus. It's 4 ships between 2030 and 2036. These ships are going to be 225,000 gross tons. It's about 35% larger than their last class of ships, which that's a big jump. Brand new design. It'll hold about 5,100 guests. So really excited just to get another mega ship class out there and kind of compare. I know Carnival, we just talked about recently in the last couple episodes that Carnival's announced, they're going to have some mega ships. Now Norwegian, obviously, Royal has them. So it'd be kind of cool to just see the differences. And I'm excited to try it and kind of compare what Royal has versus Carnival versus Norwegian in the coming years. Obviously, 2030 is quite a bit a ways out. But, within the next 5 to 6 years, we're going to have some really, really cool ships to look at. And we'll have a good comparison. So that's pretty awesome.
Well, Frank, I think we should bring back the question of the week this week.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's been a couple weeks now. Pertaining to Icon of the Seas, how many people can sail on Icon of the Seas at full capacity?
It's a lot of people. So you're going to be, if you're counting them individually,
be counting for a while.
You'd be counting for a long time.
But yeah, kind of like you were just saying with the cruise news, though, with Norwegian and Carnival coming out with these new ships, it's going to be interesting to see how these other lines deal with these higher capacities, right?
Yeah,
with people sailing. It's
all about crowd control, right? Just because there's a lot of people on a ship doesn't necessarily mean it feels crowded, and just because there's not a lot of people on the ship, that doesn't mean it doesn't feel crowded, right? It's all about how people are dispersed. If you're on a small ship and there's not a lot of people, even on a rainy day, if there's not anyone on the pool deck, that could be a situation where everyone's crowded in those public areas, and then it kind of feels a little more intense. So,
all right, Frank. So, like we said, today we're previewing your Icon of the Sea sailing.
Dude, I feel like we've been waiting for this. Like, I've been waiting for this for over a year.
I'm about to say, you booked this over a year ago, right?
Yeah, I got a good deal. I was like looking. I texted my travel agent, "Hey, what's the best price you can get me?" And this was the week that worked the best. So here we are. Just got to pray that there's no hurricanes.
That's true. Now, like when we previewed your Utopia of the Seas sailing a couple weeks ago, I had a little new game I wanted to try out, so I figured we'd do it again today.
It worked great. I love the game.
A little bit of this or that. So, like last time, I'm just going to give you a couple different options to compare, and I just need a little spur-of-the-moment answer, okay?
Okay, we're going to talk about them later, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so first one, Base Camp or Pier 7 for food, for snacks?
For snacks for the food?
Yeah.
I'll go Pier 7.
Okay. Dueling Pianos or Lou's Jazz and Blues?
Dueling Pianos for sure.
1400 Lobby Bar or Ryan Bean?
Ooh. I'm going to go with 1400 Lobby Bar, but that may be one that I'm going to regret. So
okay. I feel like for me, I'm actually interested to hear about both. I mean, some of the 1400 Lobby Bar drinks look cool. Obviously, the espresso martinis and coffee at Ryan Bean also.
Yeah, I went with 1400 because it's got a good, like, you're literally looking at the ocean, and you can kind of see the ocean from the Ryan Bean, but I'm excited about the promenade. So we'll see. Maybe this is a bad
little outdoor area at 1400 looks cool too.
Yeah, it's like got some benches. Like you're really, really close to the ocean. You're on like the 5th deck. So yeah, pretty cool. So we'll see maybe this one won't age very well, but I'm hoping the 1400 Lobby Bar doesn't disappoint.
As far as shows now, Wizard of Oz or Pirates vs. Mermaids? If that's even on the ship yet, is it?
I think it is, but I'm going to go with Wizard of Oz for sure. Because I've heard, like, even my mom that was on there, she literally said it was like probably one of the best productions she's ever seen. And she's seen a bunch of Broadway shows and stuff. So I've heard this is really, really good. Obviously, it's longer, but yeah.
Yeah. As far as neighborhoods on the ship, the Aquadome or the Hideaway area?
I'm going to go Aquadome. Okay. I know that's a hot take, but I'm looking forward to both. I just think I'm going to spend more time in the Aquadome.
The Thrill Island water slides or Crown's Edge?
Thrill Island water slides for sure.
We actually was one of the Carowinds' water park the other day together.
Yeah.
And we had a good time riding some slides. So I'm interested to hear how, like you said, a lot of slides on the cruise ship, how especially like the lines are and how thrilling they are and all that.
I've heard long lines for sure, but I'm going, right after school starts. So I'm hoping less kids. I mean, people that are cruising during the summer, yes, there's going to be long line, like more kids than normal, right? So I'm excited to see the water slides, and yeah, it'll be a good time.
Last question. It's not a this or that. What Aquadome market stall are you most interested in trying out?
I think I'm going to go with Greek.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm excited to try the Greek food on board. We eat a lot of Greek food, so I think that's one I'm really excited about.
Yeah, I think I would ditto that.
Even the bowls, or if you want like a gyro, like just looks really good. So looks really fresh too. So I actually have a question for you.
Okay.
I didn't put this on here, but you got to think on the spot because you put me on the spot. What are you most excited as a listener, as a friend? What are you most excited to hear about after the cruise compared to, like, obviously you had Utopia, I've been on a lot of other cruises, but like what about Icon kind of gets you more excited to hear about?
I think just some of the different new venues. I mean, obviously the this or that just went through a lot. I mean, I chose the stuff that was specific to this ship, but I want to hear how some of the new free food options stand out, right?
Yeah.
Obviously some of the different bars. I mean, like we said, the 1400 lobby bar, the Ryan Bean, new bar concepts to the ships. I'm interested to see what you think about the shows, especially the new Aqua show in the Aquadome. I mean,
I've heard it's remarkable. So,
I mean, all the new kind of technology behind it, and the fact that it's indoors, and the wind and sea conditions may not affect it as much. And it's like you said, your last sailing, you didn't really get to see it, right?
On Oasis.
Yeah.
So I did see it on Utopia, but not on Oasis.
Yeah. And then, honestly, like we said, I'm a big water park person, so I'm interested to hear about the different slides, and especially the fact that, like you said, it's included, it's on a cruise ship. I mean,
I think we're gonna have to plan one night to do a later dinner, and then do the slides like during dinner time, because I've kind of read that, like, yes, during the day, if it's a sea day, a lot of people are going to be hitting the slides during the day. So I'm going to try to maybe do it either really early as soon as they open and just knock them all out within a couple hours, or do it kind of on the tail end and just knock it out at night before dinner.
Yeah. I mean, so overall, probably a little cop-out answer. Kind of just listed a lot there. But probably, overall, probably the free food. I want to hear about the Aquadome market and just some of the other options out there. Because that's one thing, like I've kind of said with the Oasis class ships, is you have a bunch of specialty dining, right? And you got this on these ships, right? You have a lot of the stuff you've seen on the Oasis class ships, plus Empire Supper Club and all that. But having a bunch of those free food options during the day, during lunch, I'm excited to kind of just hear about it and see your thoughts on it afterwards.
Yeah, I think you brought up a good point. Now we're kind of getting into the episode, but you brought up a good point about the dining package. We are doing the dining package and doing all of the specialty dining. We're going to have to make it a thing to try the free food, because I still want to do that for you and for just myself. Like, I've heard from a lot of people that the dining package isn't really worth it on Icon, and I'll talk about that, but I really do want to try the free food. But getting back to the specialty dining, you kind of swapped the supper club, which is an upgrade for 150 Central Park, right? Because they got rid of 150, they put a Zoomy in the park, but they didn't really replace 150. Now they did put the supper club, but supper club is a big upcharge. For each person with the dining package, it's $130 extra. So it's not really a special. I almost consider almost above and beyond the specialty dining options, and you almost lose a specialty dining option on Icon compared to Wonder. So yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, just try different things. I know that Pier 7, you mentioned that one. I'm excited to try that. That is a different venue, and they moved Playmakers down, and so they put Pier 7 back there where Playmakers normally is in the Surfside neighborhood. So we'll kind of see how that tastes and if it's really worth doing for dinner one night. But then you've got Hooked and you've got all the different options. So yeah, it'll be pretty good. I'm excited.
And kind of switching from food to drinks now, right? So when we talked about your Utopia of the Seas sailing you just recently went on, you tried something new, right? Like you said, it was your first cruise you did since being 21 where you didn't get a drink package, right?
Yeah.
Because you had your 4 free drinks a day. I don't think we ever really followed up on this afterwards. How did that go? Were you able to kind of spread them out during the day? Did you wish you had a drink package? Did you end up paying for some extra drinks some of the days?
I don't think I ever paid for an extra drink. Now, we did get, I did feel intoxicated at some points on the trip, but we did buy, at dinner, we bought the bottle of wine. And, when we went to Giovanni's, the guy had, a little special deal. He's these were extras from the inaugural, gave us the bottle of wine for, $20, with our discounts and everything. It ended up being like $20, which is like, I mean, a glass of wine on the cruise is probably like $9. So like half off, right? So that was really nice. We drank that. Then our 4 drinks, I would say the first day we probably felt it the most, where you get on board and you're like, I want to party. Like there's a sail away party and all, I want to stay up late. That's probably where I felt it the most, even though I didn't stay up late. But yeah, no, that was probably the hardest thing. And then like Coco K, I feel like you wanted to probably have some more. You're in the sun, pretty hot, like even just like a vodka soda or just something light, like a vodka pineapple. Like you just couldn't have like enough like during the day and then also have some at night. So that was probably the hardest thing. But if you were on like this 7-night sailing, we really contemplated it because Scotty doesn't drink that much. At least not any, like we are kind of beyond that stage where we want to do all the drinking and partying, but there's so many, like you said, so many good bars that we're really like actually excited about like drinking and trying. Like there's drinks at the Hideaway that are really like unique that we've talked about. There's drinks, you've got like the champagne bar in Central Park, and then you've got special drinks at the 1400 and then the Ryan Bean and even like the dueling pianos. So like all these bars have very, very unique drinks on Icon. I'm actually like excited, not to like get drunk, but like to just try them and just see like how they are. And kind of like maybe when I get back, I'll be able to do like a ranking of here are the best drinks. Like, cause I really am like, I don't know. I like a good cocktail, like I genuinely like blending the flavors and like even some of the old fashions, like not all old fashions are kind of created the same. So yeah, just excited to try that.
Yeah. And kind of going off of that, like my Carnival Celebration sailing where I did have the drink package, that was a big difference for me not having it on Mardi Gras to having it on Celebration, is I feel like a lot of these newer ships are having all these different specialized bars, right?
Yeah.
All different menus at the bars and all that, where you want to try, you want to pop around to it makes you want to pop around all the different bars, try all the different things, and like you said, really just enjoy your time doing it.
Yeah, I will say that Scotty still is not getting the drink package. So if you are sailing on Royal Caribbean, a little hack is that she can, because we're Diamond, she gets my 8 drinks a day. But if you're not, and someone just like isn't a drinker, you can call them, because if you try to book it online, they make the second guest get it regardless. But if you call in over the phone and you're like, hey, just due to health reasons, like they don't know, like maybe she's trying to get pregnant, or maybe like, they don't ask any questions, but we're just like, hey, she's not really a big drinker. Is it okay? And then like, yes, she just has to get the Royal Refreshment. So technically she's going to have the 8 drinks a day plus the Royal Refreshment, so she can get all the same coffees and Pellegrino and sodas, whatever. But she actually isn't getting the drink package. I'm getting the drink package, and then she'll have like the 8 a day, which I feel like 8 will definitely get her there. Like there's no way she's going to drink more than 8. And if she does, we'll just pay for it or whatever. So yeah, that'll be pretty good.
Awesome. So let's kind of go down your itinerary here, right? So you're sailing out of Miami.
Yes.
Now, you just got off Utopia, right? You had a pretty grand sail away party, a little conga line going on. What are you hearing about Icon? Are they doing anything special for their sail aways? Are you going to pop out a conga line on the sea deck?
I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it'll be the same. I think Icon will definitely be a bit more family friendly. Dude, Utopia's was pretty crazy. Now, full disclosure, we did make a vlog. There is a video out there. It's about 30 minutes long. It should be posted this week. So go check out YouTube at Cruise Conversations Podcast. You'll see me in front of the camera. You'll see my mom. We're walking around Utopia the Seas. Give it a like, share with your friends. But that sail party was crazy, dude. Like conga lines. People were like, get in the conga line. Like it was and they had like actual people that were like trying to get you to party and drink and have fun. So that was pretty cool, but I've never seen that on like another Royal Caribbean ship. And there are definitely places like you could escape it. So I don't want to like deter people from booking Utopia, because it is a really good way to try Oasis class. You know, a lot of people don't want to spend $1,400 a person or whatever for a 7-night cruise. You could totally get on there for like $800 a person. Like, you can get on for a lot less and just give it a try. But I don't want to deter people, because most of the cruise you wouldn't have known. Like, you wouldn't have known the difference that it was like their big party, because all their big parties were like, honestly, past the time that I was asleep, like 1 a.m., like 12 o'clock. Like, all right, I'm sorry. I'm getting old. I'm not like, when I'm with my mom, I'm not staying out till 2 a.m. like playing beer pong. But I wanted to do it, but I couldn't stay out, especially on that first day. It was hard.
Now, the nice thing with this sailing is, like you said, you have your sail away day, but then you get 2 sea days right at the top, right? So I mean, I think it's the perfect way to explore everything this ship has to offer. How do you think you're going to go about that the first couple of days on the ship?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the days we're for sure going to target the hideaway. I think before we even get to the pools, because I'm a big pool guy on a sea day, Scotty is definitely going to want to lay out. I do think that we'll probably start the day going to the Ryan Bean, grabbing a nice coffee. Maybe we'll throw a little Bailey's in there, whatever the case may be. But start with a coffee, some breakfast. Again, we'll probably figure out a good place to grab breakfast on the ship. And then, probably explore the hideaway, grab a spot, maybe close to some and tonic one of the days. Like, I really want to dive into these pools because I've never been on a pool that's like hanging over the edge of the ship like that. And then never been on a, swim up bar on a ship. So going to kind of lean into those options probably during the sea days. I think they may have some shows during the days as well, just depending on, I haven't looked at the schedule yet, but I'd imagine there may be some shows, probably try some of the free food, maybe do specialty dining like Azumi in the park during those days. But yeah, just kind of like try to do everything that we can. I didn't mention this, but Ashton has actually, one of her friends, Scotty's friends, is coming on. So I think that we're going to try to pull her onto the podcast as well, just to kind of give her thoughts on it. But we're going to try to just do it all and try to see what this beautiful ship has to offer.
All right, so after your 2 sea days, Frank, you got your first 2 ports of call, St. Kitts and St. Thomas. What are you planning on doing here? I know I've been to St. Kitts once. I've never been to St. Thomas. I think.
What'd you think of St. Kitts? I've never been.
I think St. Kitts we did zip lining.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're doing a catamaran because like most of the options there were catamaran. So I just found one on Viator, however you pronounce it. So everyone says it differently, but I did get one through there. And so Ashton, her mom, and Scotty and I are all doing that. Just kind of like a snorkeling day on the boat, drinking, food. So it seems like it's going to be good. Hopefully the weather holds up. But yeah, that's what we're doing in St. Kitts. So imagine we'll do that, get back on the ship, take advantage of the drink package, and relax, honestly.
Yeah. How about St. Thomas?
St. Thomas doing something different this time. I mean, St. Thomas, Megan's Bay is beautiful. You got a lot of great stuff. But the problem with these itineraries is like sometimes you don't get a lot of time there. So I think we have about 6 hours maybe, so 7 to 3. But we are doing St. John on your own. So the cruise line actually takes you from the ship directly to St. John. And if you do it on your own, if you actually do it on your own, not like the excursion that's do it on your own, if you try to do it without the cruise line, you have to go to Red Hook. It's like a ferry boat. And then it's like kind of risky with how tight we have in terms of timing. So this, you may get like a little bit less time on St. John, but you're guaranteed like the icon's not going to leave me. So St. John is a beautiful place, beautiful beaches. We're going to do some snorkeling. Probably maximize the time on the beach because they do have some of the best beaches in the world. I think we'll probably do Chunk Bay or maybe I think there's like Cinnamon Bay Beach. I don't know. I need to look at the actual itinerary, but I think we'll probably end up getting like 2 hours on the beach, which is going to be enough time to like do some snorkeling, lay out, and kind of just enjoy St. Thomas for the few hours that we have.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to hear about both these places. Like I said, I haven't been to St. Kitts in a long time. I've never been to St. Thomas either, so interested to hear about your days afterwards here.
Yeah.
Now, after these 2 stops, you have a sea day, right? So let's kind of talk about entertainment a little. I know you said you were looking forward to things like the dueling piano, Wizard of Oz. How are you going to balance? I mean, like we said, there's a lot of entertainment
comedy
on the ship, comedy, the aqua shows, the ice shows.
We signed up for everything. We did it. We signed up for it all.
Okay.
The hard part with the dining package right now is you don't know what time you're going to eat. So, like, our goal is to eat as early, like if they have a 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, I think we're going to try to do that most days. I know we say we might do the water park one day, but we're going to try to eat as early as possible for most days and then do the shows kind of at the end.
Gotcha.
So we'll probably try to eat early, do the shows later, but I already booked all the shows, so we'll see if we get into them. But yeah, dueling pianos is one that you can't book. Just kind of have to get there as early as you can. I think there's like an 8 and a 10 o'clock. So, dude, we're going to jam out some music, enjoy some drinks. It's gonna be great. But I think everything else, I think we should be squared away in terms of aqua shows. The ice rink, we didn't talk about that. That brand new ice rink on this ship. It's kind of a circle instead of a square. I've heard it's a beautiful venue. So looking forward to that as well.
And then I'm sure you'll hit up the classics like the pub on the ship and the schooner bar.
Of course.
And all that. Because, I mean, how can you not?
Dude, our schooner bar musician on Utopia was like ridiculous. Like he literally sounded just like Billy Joel. And he did like an entire, it was like, wow. So yeah, I'm going to have to do that. And then the pub actually looks a lot larger. And then they got a little bit more open, a little bit more light. I'm excited to try the pub. I feel like the pub for me is either great, like amazing, like the pub we had, or it's like, nah, could deal without the pub. Same kind of a Schooner Bar. I will say it's all about the person.
Yeah, it's true.
So Schooner Bar is the same way. Like it's either amazing, like I had recently, or it's like, nah, I can do without that.
I'm also interested to hear about kind of the Aquadome area in the evenings when the aqua shows aren't going on.
We never talked about the Overlook Bar.
I know, yeah, and all the different little pod things they have up there, because even just the lighting in general looks cool at night. And I'm sure, obviously when the aqua show is going on, it's gonna be loud and all that in there. But like just the other times of night, it seems like kind of like the Solarium in the evenings, right? On the Oasis class ships. Super serene, not much going on there.
But like you wouldn't really have like a reason to go to the Solarium at night. Like you probably wouldn't go to the Solarium at night unless you want to get wet, like get in the pool, right? So this is kind of nice that you can go after dinner, grab a drink from Ryan Bean or the Overlook Bar, just kind of plop up and look out into the horizon and beautiful lighting, probably some sounds going on. I've heard they got some music and stuff. So yeah, I'll let you know how we like that as well.
Now, moving on to your last stop on the ship here, it's Coco Cay.
Yep.
Which we know is one of your favorite spots. You've been here a lot.
I think Scotty makes fun of me for saying that.
Let's talk about what you're doing here this day. I know you're going back to the Hideaway.
I am going back to the Hideaway. It's her first time.
Yeah.
So I know Ashton and her mom are doing the swimming with pigs.
Okay.
Which is funny. And I was like, okay, I've heard mixed things on that one. So we'll let you know. Well, actually, they'll let you know when she's on the podcast. But, Hideaway, Scotty's never been. And so, she's never even done Cocoa Beach Club. But I was like, this is going to be fun. It's more of a party vibe. We're going to go and lay out by the pool and enjoy some of the food. I love that they have the chicken sandwiches and all that. And dude, I was in the lagoon on this past cruise and it was just so serene. Like you could just swim in there. Like it was just beautiful. So I'm going to do that with her. Get in the pool, obviously. They have the champagne gun, which I love. I actually bought a champagne gun for my friend's birthday the other night. So I was shooting him in the mouth with a champagne just like they do at Hideaway. So yeah, really looking forward to that day at Hideaway Beach. And hopefully our weather holds up and just kind of relaxing, drinking, eating some good food. And you got On the Rocks, which is always a great time.
Yeah. I will say, Scotty and Ashton do have a surprise for you on this cruise. I know we were teasing it to you the other day. And as far as I'm aware, you still have no clue what it is, right?
I have no idea. Is it like small, medium, or large surprise?
Small to medium.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy, but I think you'll have a good time with it.
Okay. All right, cool.
Now, let's talk about your evening here. You said this Coco Cay Day was the day you have Empire Supper Club booked. Like you already said, this is like the grandest restaurant experience on the ship. What are you looking forward to at Empire Supper Club?
Dude, I think it's just going to be like the ambiance, the music, kind of just like, I know that sounds dumb. Obviously, you're paying for all the food, but like the jazz trio, I've heard they're amazing. They treat you like the service is going to be amazing. You have to wear jackets. So this is me reminding myself that I need to go ahead and pack a suit or like a sports coat or something, because they literally will give you one to wear if you don't bring one, which is I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about the food. I really am. I looked at, again, what the menu has to offer. I think we're going to get to try some different things that we've never eaten before. They got sea bass. They got, Wagyu steak. So just really looking forward to just, experiencing it and seeing kind of if it's worth it. I'm going to try to do a whole video on whether or not it is worth the upcharge. We are paying a pretty penny for this one, but It's cool. You only do one seating a night. So it's, I think it's like a 6:00 dinner. It's like 2 to 3 hours long, and that's it for the night. So yeah, it's pretty exclusive, right? Think about the thousands of guests that are on there, and they only do like one seating a night, times maybe like 30 to 40 people. So it's not a lot of people that do get to experience this.
Yeah.
So it is going to be a really cool thing to kind of talk about. And for those that are listening that are foodies, this may be something that you want to lean into.
And it'll also be interesting, like you said, on Utopia, you did the Royal Railway. And obviously they're two different experiences, right? But it'll be interesting to see kind of how you compare the values to both of them too. Obviously, like you said, Royal Railway was much more kind of the show, all behind that versus the food. While this one, obviously, you have the food, you have the cocktail pairings with the different courses. I don't think you mentioned.
So if you don't get a drink package, that still comes with it, which is really nice. And I've heard a lot of the drinks are really good. So
yeah, and then like you said, just the ambiance, the music, and all that too. I mean,
you
can't beat that. Yeah. I mean, I love live music as it is, and yeah, it'd be nice just to be at dinner and sipping on your cocktail between courses, and you just have a little trio playing.
It'll be nice. So yeah, I'll let you guys know what we think of that one, and I'm excited to hear Scotty's opinion. She cooks most of our meals at home, and so I think she probably has a bit more respect for the food. So, when you go on a cruise, what's really nice is you get good food if you eat in the main dining room, but they're cooking for thousands of people. So this is going to be unique. And what's really mind-blowing is like, even if you do have food allergies, they can like substitute almost everything on this menu. So it's very personalized for you. It's not like again, they're only cooking for like 30 to 40 people a night, I believe. So very personalized dining experience rather than the dining room, which you sit at 6:00, you've got thousands of people sitting there. And so it's just different. The quality I'm expecting to be like way up here. I'm expecting to be very high quality.
Kind of lastly here, Frank, another thing I'm real interested here about this ship is just the layout overall, right? You have different connection points that you can get onto this ship easier than the Oasis class ship, whether it's like the escalators that go down to the casino or the expanded promenade that goes up to like the Pearl Cafe area, or even you can somehow get promenade to Central Park?
Yeah, there's stairs. I mean, when I was talking to Mom and I was like, if you guys go onto YouTube, like I said, watch the vlog, I was amazed at how beautiful Utopia of the Seas was. But Mom the whole time was like, I know. She's like, this is how it is on Icon. Like, you're going to love, like, I'm like, this is my favorite ship. Like, at this point, if you ask me what my favorite ship is, Utopia of the Seas wins. Yeah. She's like, just wait till you go on Icon because it's totally like, it's just thought through like a little bit differently. Like the elevators, instead of being like, how there's like the beautiful artwork on the Oasis class, the elevator bank is like kind of a circle, and then you got all the elevators around. So like, rather than hitting the button and you're waiting on, just your few elevators, you've got this larger area now where there's more elevators. So like, when you think about crowds and being able to manage the crowd, a lot of the feedback that I've heard is that the things that you mentioned, like the stairs to Central Park, the escalators, the elevators, like all of that stuff really, really helps to make this massive ship with a large number. Hopefully you guys are still thinking about how many people. With all those people, it kind of makes it feel not as crowded. So yeah, I almost gave away the answer there, but it's great. I mean, I'm excited to see, like, it doesn't make a big difference. And then on top of that, how does this new promenade feel, right? You got light coming in from, the ocean. You can see the ocean from the promenade. You can actually see the ocean from Central Park looking down through the Pearl. So yeah, we'll kind of see how that feels.
Yeah, I think all those ocean views in the promenade are going to make people want to spend more time there during the day, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, honestly, I know most times on royal ships, me personally, the promenade is something we spend the time in the evening, right? To hit up to stuff like the pub, the schooner bar, all of that. Whereas, like, during the day, like you said, you feel enclosed because you don't really have those ocean views. So
you don't really need to spend time there during the day. I mean, I grabbed coffee there on my last cruise, just like, I'm going to go to Cafe Promenade and do that in the mornings. But, like, other than that, you're kind of just coming through and going,
Yeah, but, like, kind of like you said, having, like, the outdoor area at the 1400 lobby bar where you can grab a nice drink and just go sit out there and still see the ocean and all that, but it's probably not going to be as crowded at that part of the ship, honestly. So
I think this is good. I don't want to talk too much because I want to give you guys, I want to really give my review in a few weeks about the ship. But I'm really, like, we're counting down the days. I've been having dreams about cruises now because, like, every time before a cruise, I start to dream about it and think about it. But I'm so excited about this beautiful ship. I'm excited to try the water slides, all the entertainment, all the drinks. There's so much. I really think I'm going to get off and just book it again.
I'm about to say, a year in the making for you. Yeah, you have to book it again afterwards. Let's jump into the question of the week, though, Frank. How many people can sail on Icon of the Seas at max capacity?
So some people throw out these funny, like, it holds over 10,000. The actual response for max number of guests on board is 7,600.
Okay. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people, 7,600. Plus the crew does bring it just below 10,000 people on this vessel. But guests, it's around 7,600 max capacity. From what I've been hearing and what we've been seeing with bookings, It's getting there. I mean, it's been full pretty much all. I mean, the demand is like boom. People are asking for going this fall. Just stop asking about going this fall. It's pretty much like there's not many rooms left. If there's any rooms, you're going to be paying top dollar for that room. So at this point, you're looking, if you want to book Icon, you're looking out till next fall, summer. So yeah, just really looking forward to this cruise and seeing if it's worth all the hype. So as I mentioned during this episode, make sure you check us out on YouTube at Cruise Conversations Podcast. Dropping our first vlog, baby. Let's go.
Good work on that.
Yeah.
I've seen the previews.
Yeah, so it's coming out sometime this week, so make sure you check that out. And if you want the update on it, if it doesn't go out by Wednesday, you can follow us at Cruise Conversations at Instagram, so we can let you know what the status. I believe it will be out at that point, which we're excited about. And if you want to book your next cruise, you can reach out to us on Instagram. You can comment on YouTube, just comment cruise, and we'll respond to you. Or you can text us at 704-313-8556, and we'll get you a cruise quote. Again, doesn't cost anything to use us, and we'll make sure we add onboard credit. We get you the best deal, especially with Royal Caribbean we're talking about today. We can get you a really, really good price on that. So with that, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode, and we will see you back here next Wednesday.